how many of you guys prefer tea over coffee? Hi, my name is Karina Kaur and I'll be telling you the recipe for Indian tea. Over the years, I have been using my mom's recipe to make tea for others. And this tea gives like a flavorful and caffeinated drink. There are different ways to make the tea, but with my mom's recipe that is loved and cherished by a lot of people, it's not very hard to learn and anybody can master it. And that's what I'll be teaching you today. I'll be teaching you the steps and techniques of it. Throughout my speech, I'll be teaching you the most effective ways to make the tea. First, I'll start with the history and the evolution of Indian tea. Then I will tell you the step-by-step process on how to make it, and I will tell you why my method is superior and why the alternative recipes are not matched. So we have established who enjoys tea and who doesn't over coffee. And by the end of the speech, I'll be telling you whether you, by the end of the speech, you'll know truly whether you prefer tea over coffee, and you'll be using my mom's most effective recipe. And so for some reason, Indians really like tea. I don't know why, but it's just been a very popular drink for them. They almost prefer it more than water. And so because of that, I had to learn the recipe and because to maintain the custom of my culture. And so according to the Evolution of Tea in India article, it's been like a sign of hospitality and as to welcome people and to just basically give comfort into their homes. So tea has evolved from the British, and basically the British established the tea and the sugar plantations. And according to Jaw as a colonial creation article, the British Raj that utilized introverted labors, plantations, and exploitative trade practice. And so the British helped popularize the teas by promoting it in railways, factories, and coal mines. And so this helped grab attention and gain popularity. And so Indians add their own spin by adding milk and sugar, which helped enhance the popularity of tea. And as time goes on, it became more accessible, and it's been, as I repeated, a great hospitality for many people. So the materials you'll need is water, sugar, tea leaves, milk, fennel seeds, cardamom, cloves, cardamom seeds, pod, obviously a stove, and a mortar and pestle. Now you know the history and what you need to get started. I would like to walk you through a step-by-step process on how my mom makes the tea. So first, you would put a cup of water into a pot and turn it on to high heat. Then you would add your tea leaves, your sugar, your fennel seeds, cardamom seeds, and then you would insert that into a pot, and then you would get your mortar and pestle to crush up the cloves and the cardamoms. And then, this is where they're crushing up just like that. And then add that into the pot of water you already had. And then you would add milk until you get this, you would wait for it to be a rolling boil. And then after you get that rolling boil, then you would add milk until you get this brown color. And so that smooth brown color basically tells you it's almost done cooking. Then you would turn the heat to low and let it cook for 2 or 3 minutes. And then you would strain it out with a tea strainer, and then you can enjoy it. Now, since you're familiar with the step-by-step process, now we will discuss some refutations on how this recipe is not widely used. So people says, why do we have to use this much water? It should be an even proportion. They want to use less water, but using less water makes it a little bit bitter. And people say, why do we have to crush it up, the cardamoms and the cloves, with a mortar and pestle? And that will help crush up the flavors to enhance it. And so often our tea is compared with Chinese tea for some reason. But according to the Simple Loose Leaf article, Chinese tea has only been popular within China, while Indian tea has been popular worldwide. And so Indian tea has been cherished by many people around the world. I've always got amazing reviews from it, and people would ask for my recipe and the materials for it. If you take one sip of the tea, you will understand what's the hype about it. So it should be clear that my method really is superior to all the other methods. And in conclusion, over the years, Indian tea has been enjoyed by millions of people around the world, and anyone who's capable to learn to make the tea. It takes practice of proper judgment on how many people you want to make for the tea. I still struggle with this sometimes. And then throughout my speech, I've taught you the most effective techniques by first telling you of the history and evolution of the tea that's received popularity, the step-by-step process on how to make the proper techniques, and then I've also told you why this tea is the way it should be, and the alternative methods are not really as well done. And everybody has the ability to make the tea. Thank you.